Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dream Team Tonic, episode 5, game week 2. We're in the midst of it. One more game in the Premier League, and then we're on to some cup games in the week, which is a little bit of a lottery. But yeah, with me as usual, two co-hosts. Ben, you there, Ben?
Hey, mate.
All right, mate. And James, you there, pal?
I'm here, Tony.
Excellent. Good to have you both with me on this Sunday evening again. Nice few beers and a chat about the Dream Team. So we'll jump straight into your team, James, and just a quick overview about how it's done. Are you happy? Are you not? Let's have a look.
Well, 50 points so far this week with Fabianski to play tomorrow, and hopefully another 3 Spurs in midweek after they didn't play in Europe, did they? None of the big hitters, but they lost 1-0. So I'm kind of hoping Nuno has to play some of his big hitters to make sure they win the tie at Spurs Stadium. So we'll see what happens there. A good defensive return this week with 15 points and star man from Trent, 8 points from Reguilon, 10 points from Tsimikas. Midfield's not so good. Both Fernandez and Gundo Wank, as I like to call him, got me -1s. Mora got me a 0, and Mahrez, who I nearly took out, got me 8 points. I nearly got rid of him because obviously he wasn't starting, and then I thought, well, he might come on, and he did.
Yeah, you called it, didn't you?
I won't talk about it anymore because it will just wind up some of our regular listeners. Up front, I got 3 points from Salah. A bit disappointing that he could have had at least a brace.
Yeah.
But there you go. Well, it's just one of those days. I think he's gonna return most games. I think. Hopefully next week against Chelsea. 8 points from Mane and nothing from Son. So I've not used any transfers yet, but I'll probably get rid of Gundo Wank before Friday because he's likely to go down in price.
Yeah.
Fabianski, I'm keeping an eye on. Tsimikas might have played his last game. For a while anyway. I would think Robertson will come in to replace him against Chelsea, but Tsimikas has done bloody well.
Yeah, he has. He's looked really good going forward.
Sorry, Tony?
He's looked really good going forward.
He has, hasn't he? Yeah, he's not let himself down at all. Couple of minor defensive lapses, but that's what you'd expect from an attacking fullback, really.
Yeah.
I think he'd be a bit unlucky to lose his place. And do you know what? He might be. I think there's a chance he might play, but he's definitely going to be rotated with Robertson. So I think it probably is time to get rid of him. Probably not before Friday. It could be because I think he might go up in price again.
Yeah, definitely.
So probably not do it too soon. I noticed Tanganga's only 1.7 million, so he could be a potential replacement. But I might be, given I haven't made any transfers yet, I'm thinking probably more wholesale returns. I mean, I've got to consider Lukaku and Kane, but we can talk about that later.
Yeah, I think we'll be touching on that, won't we?
Yeah.
It's decent enough, 50 game week points. Fabianski to play Monday night.
Yeah.
Tsimikas definitely going up in price, isn't he?
Yeah, I would think so.
Assisting clean sheet.
Yeah. Could be another 0.3, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Take him to 3.1. It's a quick 0.6 made in it on him, on a little punt. It's really good. We'll jump across to my team then. 51 points for the week. Tsimikas again with 10. Alexander-Arnold with an assist, and Alisson with 8. Luke Shaw letting my defensive side down with 0 again. Obviously conceding against Southampton, which wasn't expected. I think a lot of United blocks are the ones drowning at the bottom of the leagues at the minute, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think quite a lot of people fell foul to that because they had decent fixtures. United, expect a little bit more. But there was shocking one. Bruno with a -1, didn't even manage a 7 rating today. Watched the game. They were good in spells, United, but Southampton could quite easily have won that game. Ex-Rover, Adam Armstrong, causing
Should
some
have scored.
problems. He should have scored 2.
Yeah.
He had a one-on-one chance, and then he had a header at the back post, which just hit him in the face. But he's getting in positions. He's doing well. Mahrez, I took him out of a couple of teams near like my lesser teams that are struggling a little bit. I held firm in this one. I'm glad I did. And you did call it, James, that he'd come off bench and score, and he did do that. I did make a change, which was Dele Alli out before he fell in price. Before I knew he were on penalties. So I got the price rise of Ben Rama. Obviously, still to play. Hopefully, by the time you're listening to this, everyone, Ben Rama's had an hat-trick, and my points gone up a little bit. But I kept him more and Son, obviously, because we don't know whether he's going to attack them European games now. It's all up in the air. So I didn't want to sit there with 3 Spurs assets if they're not going to be playing in Europe.
Yeah.
But Mora got 0, Son 0. Liverpool lads up top, like you say, they could have had a few more points, couldn't they? Mane 8 and Salah 3. They're a bit of an average week, unless Ben Rama does something special. But yeah, it is what it is. Crack on to planning for next month, really. But yeah, over to you, Ben.
Yeah, right. 59 points this week. Good score so far. I've got 4 Spurs men in there still. I think they've got to go big at home, haven't they? They've got to get through that tie in front of the home fans as well, full stadium.
I just don't. I don't know with that team. He put all them youth players out. Whether he was thinking, I don't want my main first team players to travel to do all of that. And he thought, if these lot could just nick a result or a 1-0 defeat, it's not the end of the world, and then we'll batter them at home. Yeah, that's what he's thinking. Or is he thinking, I don't want to be playing every Thursday night in this crap competition, and just let's lose, let's get knocked out, and I can concentrate on the other competitions. I don't know. Be interesting, really interesting to see what team he puts out on Thursday. I hope he puts Morris on. Obviously not Kane, because I probably won't have him in a few teams now. But yeah, I hope he does go big. But keep an eye on. Go on, mate. Sorry.
Definitely. So I got in goal. I got Sanchez, 1.5 million bargain. Got me a clean sheet, 8 points.
Hey.
Well chuffed for that. He's got a cup match as well, so hopefully he plays in that.
That should have been 2 clean sheets in a row. That as well.
Yeah.
That goal against Burnley should never have stood. So they're not doing too bad, are they?
Yeah. They look quite good, don't they?
Yeah.
Brighton.
Yeah, they do.
There seemed to be last season he had like a really high XG but couldn't score any goals, and then this season I think they've had 4 shots on target and they've scored 4 goals. So they've been a bit prolific now.
Yeah.
Right, Trent 15 points, star man and assist, clean sheet, and Tsimikas on the other side, an assist and clean sheet. Sure, I was thinking about taking him out today. But I thought with Southampton, surely he'll get a clean sheet.
There it is with your puns again.
Yeah, I was going to put Lukaku in for him, but I thought, I'll wait. I'll see what Shaw does. But get 0 points. Reguilon 8 points, so I'm happy with that. So now he's got me 13 points. Fernandez -1 for Shocker. Mora 0, got taken off pretty early as well. Saving him for the Europa Conference.
Yeah.
Mahrez 8 points off the bench. I was surprised that. I was thinking about taking him out as well, but I just left him in because when they play teams like Norwich, they just come off the bench, don't they, and score. Look at Sterling as well. He come off the bench. And then Ali got 8 points. Surprised he was on the penalty. Probably because he got fouled, he probably thought, I'll take it. I was a bit gutted Son didn't take it, to tell the truth, but I suppose it's a bit more of a differential having Ali taking it.
Yeah, definitely.
And Salah got 3 points. Like he said, he should have scored. Had one chalked off. And Son got 0. So, yeah. not bad. But I was just looking at the stats of Salah. He's got a bad record against Burnley, hasn't he? He's not scored against them since he played his first game against them, which was in 2017. It's a long run.
He scored a very good goal. He only for what half a boot. We'd have had an Alexander-Arnold assist and Salah goal. One of them. I won't read too much into that.
Yeah. Seven games he ain't scored against Burnley.
Let someone else do the damage.
Yeah. Yeah, 142 points. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, it's a good start, mate. Good start. Like I say, all your points this week have come from your back line.
Yeah.
Mainly, if your attacking players had chipped in this week, you'd have had a great one.
Mm.
But obviously, Shaw and Fernandez and Son, Mora not doing the business, but yeah, propped up by the defence. Good stuff. Right, we'll jump into the listener questions. We're all a bit tetchy on Twitter this afternoon. Trying to stay out of it, but we'll jump into it. Connor's been on. Connor, part of Dream Team Tonic, obviously. When is it time to get a few Chelsea players in? And is it worth staying faithful to that United defence? 2 questions there. Go on, James.
It's a tricky one, that, because Chelsea's fixtures are still tough until up until the start of October. I would say Lukaku can score against anybody, though, and that defence can keep a clean sheet against anyone. I'm actually thinking about bringing in some Chelsea myself. I don't know. It's a tricky one. There's the Champions League draw at 5 o'clock on Thursday, so that's worth keeping an eye on, just to see who Chelsea have got in Europe, because that's not far away, as that's coming up next month.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go all in on Chelsea, but I don't. Certainly, Lukaku is worth considering, and maybe one of their defenders. Obviously, what's his name? Reece James has done quite well today, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And he tends to, as Fergie said a couple of weeks ago in one of our pods, he tends to come on even if he doesn't start. So if they do get a clean sheet, it's likely to pick up a few points. So he might be worth looking at. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, go on, Ben.
Yeah, I really like Alonso, but just how long is he going to play in the team for? On free kicks as well.
Tuchel didn't sign Chilwell, did he?
No.
That was a Lampard signing. Maybe Tuchel just prefers Alonso.
But he didn't really give him a chance last year, did he?
No.
So I'm surprised. Well, it's only because Ben Chilwell's been to the Euros, even though he didn't play, but he's been away and he's not got back in the team yet. And obviously Rudiger's nailed in that team, isn't he?
Yeah.
Chalobah didn't play today, did he? That was a shame.
Yeah.
But I think Chelsea's a bit of a just set and forget. The defenders just solid, aren't they? 2 clean sheets already so far. I think there's no point bringing them in for Liverpool next week. But if you already got them in there, I wouldn't sell them because they're easy to get a clean sheet against anyone. And the other one was United. Well, they've got a nice run of fixtures as well, so it's like, is it worth making the transfer over to Chelsea? I'd probably stick with the United defenders, unless you haven't got Trent. You'll get Trent in, I think.
Yeah.
So Varane might start the next game. He was on the bench today, wasn't he? I was surprised he didn't start today, to be honest.
Yeah.
So that might make a difference.
Yeah, he could transform that back line, could he?
Yeah.
Chelsea. I think one of the early pods before the season started, James, you said about Chelsea's fixtures. I mean, they've kept 2 clean sheets against Crystal Palace. Obviously, new manager, don't really know where they're going at the minute, and against a pretty poor Arsenal side.
Yeah.
The Arsenal game, obviously, Arsenal away on paper it's usually a tough game, but when you're European champions and Arsenal in a bit of turmoil, it's not that hard. Obviously, the first test is probably next week, which is Liverpool. So I'd be sitting on. Apart from Lukaku,
Yeah, just
I'd
about to
never
say.
say he will score against anybody. It doesn't matter if they're going to score goals. He's shown today. He's unreal. A lot of times he's unplayable. It'd be interesting him against VVD next week. Who's got the bigger muscles there? Who's going to be throwing each other around? It'll be a good battle. That.
Your son Mount got an assist today as well.
Oh, he's playing really well. He's unreal. He's unreal, isn't he?
Yeah.
Not just for Dream Team points. He's not that good. He gets steady 7 ratings all the way through. But yeah, he's a quality player.
He makes a lot of chances though. And now they've got an out and out striker.
Yeah,
they might get a lot more assists.
Yeah, it was something like their top scorer last season had 7 goals, weren't it? It was
Jorginho.
Outrageous. That's mental. And to
Most
say they won the European Champions League on that as well.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It just shows where they won that. They won that trophy from obviously being so solid when Tuchel come in.
Do we think that Chelsea will start blowing teams away now? They've got a decent striker to put those chances away, because last year they weren't doing that, were they? They were winning 1 or 2-0 and stuff. So they could turn into Man City. You never know.
Definitely. I think today, if they'd have really properly put their foot down, I think they could have had 4 or 5 today. Obviously, they were unlucky with a few chances, but with Mount, Havertz creating them chances, Lukaku, he's going to be a goal machine. Absolute goal machine. He's hard to defend against. So yeah, I'd be sticking Lukaku in whenever you can afford it and whenever you can work your transfers around it. Defensively, I wouldn't be bringing him in for a Liverpool game. Like James said, good shout to wait for the Champions League draw, because when the teams get an easy group, like if you know one of the top 4 have got a nice easy group, you will probably start to bend towards them. The United defence, about staying faithful to him, you might as well now, because them teams that you've probably blocked for the United defence, you need a differential, and the United defence will probably be that, because people will start going away from them. So you're better off just staying there, and if the United defence doesn't improve over the next few good fixtures, then they're probably teams that you're just going to drop off and not even bother about for the rest of the season. Early doors, but it is early. But yeah, that United defence should be keeping 2 or 3 clean sheets in the next 5, you'd expect.
Yeah, the fixtures are quite favourable, aren't they? I had a look earlier.
Yeah. See, and obviously Friday they're probably going to lose value again. I think Fernandes will go down in value this week, won't he? With a -1.
Probably.
He'll probably drop 0.3, won't he?
How crazy is that? I mean, yeah, we got -1, didn't he? So I wouldn't be surprised if he went down 0.3. But there's no point shipping him out, is there? That'd be just madness.
No, because you're only going to have to put him back in. So, yeah, that's your question covered, Connor. Fergie's apprentice next. Should we be looking at getting Kane or Lukaku in next week for the end of August transfers leading into September, or should we use transfers on players in Europe for September? I'll have 3 next week after today. So he's got 3 left for his last week. What do you reckon, Ben?
Okay.
Kane and Lukaku.
Kane and Lukaku are in Europe, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, yeah, go on. What are you going to say?
I think he's so much like thinking he's using the transfers just to get them 2, because he's probably going to have to rework his team, I guess, because they're very highly priced. Or should he concentrating on changing his team up to get the European players in? Not so much them 2, but other players.
Yeah, definitely got to concentrate on bringing in players that are playing in Europe. That's a big thing with Dream Team. You've got to have European players. Definitely, I'd be looking to bring in Kane and Lukaku if Kane's playing, but he ain't playing at the moment, is he really? He just come on, little cameo today. Lukaku's the one at the moment you want on your side, I think.
Yeah.
But depending on the fixtures, whether your front 3 are, I don't know if I'd jump straight in Lukaku against Liverpool. Maybe next month. They start play Villa next month, don't they? When they come back from the internationals. And then there's that thing about players having to isolate when they come back. I don't know what's going on there.
So the latest on that, because obviously Liverpool got quite a few potential players out,
Yeah.
is that I read that the Premier League is lobbying the government to make an exception for players in that situation.
Yeah.
But there's nothing been decided. They're just trying to get it sorted. But one to keep an eye on, that's for sure, because otherwise it's going to be a right pain, isn't it? With all those Brazilians not being able to play, Salah not being able to play because Egypt's on the red list. Could be a nightmare.
Are they competitive games with friendlies?
Qualifiers, I think.
Yeah, I think they're qualifiers, aren't
Qualifiers.
they?
It's tricky, but these clubs pay hundreds of thousands of pounds per week for these players.
Yeah.
Obviously, the national teams don't pay towards that. I think there'll be something go on here where I don't think they'll be allowed to go. Surely you're not just going to allow your star men. Like I think is it Salah and Mane?
Yeah. I think
Not
so.
Mane, I don't
No, not
think.
Mane.
Is it,
Oh,
is
right.
it not Mane? It's just
No.
Salah.
Salah, Firmino, Fabinho.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's definitely Brazilians and Egyptians, but there's only Salah's the only Egyptian I can think of. Perhaps is there one at Villa, maybe, but he's not of consequence.
I think quite a lot of African countries are on the list as well.
Yeah,
It's a tricky one.
I think we've got Iheanacho and Daka as well, and Ndidi, so that they might be on the list.
It's not what you want, is it?
No.
I can't see that happening. I cannot see them allowing him to leave, knowing they're coming back and having to do 10 days isolation. It's guaranteed isolation. It's not. You can't test out of it either, can you?
No.
You have to isolate.
that's right. I mean, the players the players won't be that happy about having to isolate either.
No,
It's not much fun being able to not leave your house.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a bit of common sense applied, and I don't think they'll be going to these qualifiers. I would guess, but yeah, one to definitely keep an eye on. It's a good shout out, James. Yeah, go on, over to you now, James, for the Kane and Lukaku. I mean, we touched on Lukaku, haven't we?
Yeah, I think we've answered Lukaku. Kane's a tricky one. He came on like Ben said today. Will he be is he staying now? Will he be motivated if he stays? If he goes to City, will he go straight into the team? I would think he would, but he might miss the first game. I mean, I would steer clear for now. Just keep an eye on the news to see what's happening. I mean, don't forget, of course, Spurs have got a game on Thursday, the European game on Thursday. If he starts that and he plays well, then you'd be thinking he's going to be staying at Spurs. But just keep an eye on it. It's a tricky one, definitely.
Yeah, I think the more minutes he obviously appears for Spurs now over this next week probably indicate whether he's going or not.
Yeah,
I'm very surprised to see him go on pitch. I think that indicates to me, I think he's possibly staying. I don't think if you're going to be selling someone for 130 million, 120 million, you won't be putting him on pitch for the last 20 minutes in a little cameo against Wolves. To me, it indicates he's staying. But yeah, until you get concrete news, I won't be throwing him in. Definitely not. Yeah. Again, next questions. Harry Kane. Everyone's asked Joshua James. Is it time to bring him into your teams? If he started today, he didn't start. He came off the bench. He's made an appearance, so he's getting closer to where we're going to have to all start getting Harry Kane back in. But we still don't know where he's going to be. So yeah, I think we've already touched on that. Untitled has been on. What to do with Pep Roulette regarding the Man City midfielders? Can we trust any of them to survive? How many do we need, or do we ignore them at our peril? Go on, James.
Well, City are likely to be the highest scorers again this season. I think they can put, as we've seen against Norwich, they can put 5 past anybody. So, and those points will be spread around amongst those midfielders, but they'll all be up there at the end of the season. I think you need 1 or 2 City midfielders. Interestingly, did you see what Pep was saying about Grealish? He was saying that he wants Grealish to do what he's planning to do what he did with Sterling, and turn him into more of a goal getter. So it'll be
That sounds
interesting
good.
to see how long that takes. So I think, I've never considered. I never thought Grealish was a great fantasy option, but playing in that City side, and if Pep's encouraging him to get in the box and be a bit more ruthless, then he could be amazing, couldn't he? Because he's got the skills.
He's a
So
very talented player, isn't he?
yeah, yeah,
I think his goal, it just hit him on the knee, weren't it?
Yeah.
And when
yeah.
he
It was a bit fortunate, but he was in the right position.
that's it. That's the position you're talking about, though, isn't it? About cutting in from that side and being in the
Yeah.
middle of the box when the player's going down the opposite side and being there to get goals.
Yeah.
He's talented. He could very easily score a hell of a lot of goals in that City side. So yeah, I'm same as you, James. I've never seen him as a bit of a fancy football option, but when I seen that his name called for that goal, I think he's had one start, one sub appearance, was it, and one goal. Yeah, I think there's more to come from him.
Yeah.
So he's on my list. He's someone I might be jumping on board. Interesting as well. Sorry, before you touch on the Grealish and the midfielders, Ben. KDB weren't in the squad, was he?
No.
So he's gone from coming on and making a cameo appearance for 20 minutes, and then now he's back out the squad. I've not heard anything. Have either of you two heard anything on that?
I think he's still struggling with that injury, isn't he? From that he got in the Euros, and they've obviously
Yeah.
brought him back too soon, and he's broken down. He wasn't able to train on Friday, I think it was. If he's not in the squad, he's not ready to play. Interestingly, though, Pep was saying that if he's not fit, he's not going on international duty. So I wonder if he won't play in the next game just to
Yeah.
prevent him from going away with the international side and
Yeah.
to get that injury sorted.
I bet he does that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. He's already sort of hinted at. If you read between the lines, that's the way I read it.
Yeah. What do you reckon, Ben, then, about the City midfield?
Well, like you say, I always like to have Kevin De Bruyne, but he's injured. So the only other one that I would touch on is Mahrez. You gotta stick with him, even if he's not starting. You just got to leave him in there and just like he's a sleeper.
It's painful.
Yeah, it is painful, but he can just come on and produce magic. Yeah, but Grealish, I remember looking at the stats last year, and Grealish did get quite a few star mans, but I know that was for Villa, so he was the main guy at Villa. But he seemed to get a lot of 7 ratings, a bit like Adama Traore.
Oh God. We'll touch on it. We will touch on him in a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, go on. We like Grealish.
Yeah, but obviously you don't know who's going to start every week. But if you're paying 100 million for a midfielder, surely he's got to play. And
Yeah.
that thing you just said about him being more of attacking like a left-sided forward. I swear, when they were signing him, one of the Man City reporters, Sam Lee, he was saying that they were looking to buy him to make him a bit like an Iniesta, like a number 8, to be in the middle, and because he plays out on the left, they're on about making him like a playmaker with De Bruyne in the middle there, two number 8s and a 6. But well, we'll see, won't we? He was in the right place to score the tapping on Saturday, so. Suppose you can play them all over the place, though, can't you? Got so many options.
I mean,
interchange, can't they?
Pep puts De Bruyne in the number 8 position sometimes, doesn't he? And then next game, this last season, he was sticking him up front as a false 9.
Yeah.
So they're all very interchangeable, aren't they?
What about Jesus? He played on the right. He did all right, actually.
Yeah.
So he played Jesus on the right and Torres through the middle.
Yeah.
Right.
He was saying he plays there for Brazil after the game.
Yeah.
And
he's a grafter, Jesus, isn't he? A real grafter.
He looked really good. He put some good balls in the box. I think he got 2 assists. I think he made the first goal from the
He
own.
played well, yeah.
Yeah.
But he'd be out the side next week, you know.
Mahrez will be back.
Yeah.
Mahrez,
Yeah.
that's Mahrez' spot at the moment. It's only because they
you
played
can't
Norwich.
trust Jesus. That sounds weird. You can't trust Jesus unless you're religious.
Sacrilege, Tony.
Right. Next one, Henry Cartridge. Any thoughts on defensive changes to the Liverpool backline going forward? Obviously, with Robertson possibly return and the tougher fixtures incoming. Ben, are you looking with you? Obviously, you've got a couple of Liverpool blocks. You've got a Liverpool block. Are you looking to disband it already? Are you going to let it ride?
Yeah, I'm going to let it ride, man. They've got good fixtures. It's only Chelsea, really. Got Leeds, Crystal Palace, Brentford after that. And then they've got the League Cup and the 2 Champions League games. So, I think looking good. VVD's back, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, Simicast, are you going to wait until the next lineup? So if against Chelsea, Simicast is benched and Robertson's in, will you look to quick straight swap there, or would you leave it for a week? And
I probably make a change, but I don't know if I'd bring Robbo straight in there. I would be looking at the fixtures first. But if they've got a good game, well, it's only one game in it, so yeah, Simicast, I'm definitely leaving him in just to get the price rises on Friday.
Yeah.
So should go up 0.3 now, and then I'll see the lineup. Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, I think for me, I think you got to keep it together, right? You Simicast obviously take the 0.3 on this Friday, and you wouldn't want to bring Robertson's just been injured. I won't want to jump straight on him. Obviously, as we've just seen with De Bruyne, he has a 20-minute cameo. People throw him in. Next thing you know, he broke straight back down. I'd like to see Robertson because it looked a nasty turn of his ankle what he did. It's a very quick return. Yeah, Simicast will survive till Friday. Liverpool have looked solid. I think they've give away a few big chances, but I think VVD's being back is a massive one. And Trent is looking back to his attacking best. I'm not going to take him out. Like you say, the fixtures are still good. They've got Chelsea, which is a tough game. But how many times do you see these big games build up? Liverpool, Chelsea, Super Sunday or whatever it might be. 0-0
draw. Yeah.
Boring 0-0. And it happens because sometimes they just cancel each other out or they play for the point. So it'd be interesting to see. Yeah, what about you, James? I mean, you've probably got the faith, haven't you, in the Liverpool back line? You'd be right.
Well, actually, Trent's obviously the most nailed in that back line because his backup, Nico Williams, is not very good, in my opinion. Robertson's obviously Timicast has come in. He's actually played pretty well. I think Robertson played every game last year, I think, in the Premier League, but he will not. He won't play every game this year. I would still expect him to be number one and play most games. Klopp has said he wants to rotate his centre backs this season a bit more after the injuries of last season. So, I mean, he specifically said against Burnley he wanted to keep Virgil and Matip together because Burnley posed a special threat. You know, they're quite an aggressive, tall team, aren't they?
Yeah.
But even VBD and Matip aren't going to play every game. I think they'll play most, but Klopp has definitely said his plans to rotate his centre-backs a bit more this season. I think he'll pick and choose which matches he does that in. Obviously, still got Gomez to come back. We spent a lot of money on Konate.
Yeah.
That he will definitely mix it up a bit this year, from what he's saying.
Is he not waiting for a Matip slip-up to bring the Konate in?
Yeah, he's more like a Matip back injury, I would say. Matip's never put together a long run of games. He always ends up with some back spasm or something to take it out. So it might be that makes the change.
Yeah, like you say, he's no challengers for his position, has he?
No, not really. I don't think.
Yeah, that's it, right? And we'll jump on to Traore quickly.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's a bit of a cheat code. We did say it last week as well, I think, on pod, saying about just the who scored, how they score, the dribbling. Obviously, a successful dribble. Sometimes I don't know. They seem to score it better than an assist. So yeah, Adama Traore. If anyone fancies him for Wolves, it looks like he's getting a hell of a lot more game time this year. He likes to run with the ball, and he'll probably steal star man off everybody this year, whoever they face. Yeah. What,
Yeah, he's
what do you
already
reckon
gone up
about
in
that?
price. It's already gone up in 0.3 in price, hasn't he? He's 2.8 million now, and he'll probably go up again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he'll go up
going
again.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be up about 4.5 million after a few weeks.
He was like this 2 years ago, weren't he? And he was just
Yeah.
going up and up, and he wasn't getting he wasn't having like double game weeks or anything. But when he did play, he was getting 8 points, even though he weren't getting an assist or a goal. He had
Yeah.
another one-on-one chance today. So it's 2 weeks in a row he's had a one-on-one, and he's missed them both, and he still gets star man. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
I seen his cross. He had a couple of nice, dangerous crosses, but nothing came of it. No assists. So I don't understand it.
Would you guys put him in your main team then? I mean, he's not got Europe this year, has he? So
No.
I'm not sure I would.
Fixtures are better from next month, but they haven't got as many games as the European teams.
Yeah.
They've only got 3 games, and if they get through the Carabao Cup on Tuesday or whenever they're playing Wednesday, so then they'll have 4 games. But the teams in Europe they'll have 5 games, so
Yeah.
6 games.
Yeah, it's not worth it. It was a good early season punt. But he does kind of guarantee star man half the time. Like,
Yeah.
if he plays a good 60 minutes in a game, I mean, like you say, you touched it not last year, year before, because he didn't get much game time last year, but the year before, I mean, we're coming on for the last 20 minutes, and he was getting star man.
Yeah, even if
He
he
was
gets
coming on and running.
Yeah, even if he comes on, he gets a 7 rating. That's 3 points in it straight away.
Yeah. So if he's coming onto a game that's 0-0, he's literally just steamrolling everyone and getting a 7 rating, and usually sneaking the star man as well. But it's like I say, he's a little bit of a cheat code. But it is what it is. We can all put him in, can't we? So it's one of them. Right, let's delve into the world of the Dream Team Tonic Cash Mini League. I've got myself prepped for this one. Obviously speaking to Darren Slater midweek. So we'll do the top 10. In joint 9th is Andrew Barnett and Jim McVicker, 154 points. In 8th, Mike Williamson, Grass Snakes, 156. Snakes. We won't go into that.
Grass.
7th, Henry Cartridge, 158 points. 6th, Nicholas Streatham, 159 points. 5th is one of our own, Steve Cheek, Britain, New York, 161 points. Joint 3rd is Tom Brindley, Space Raiders, and Ben Lee, Beatles DTT.
Come on!
Both on 162 points. And with 2 teams, in 2nd, DS2, Darren Slater, and top of the league, Isla, Alice, Emily.
We got it right this week.
168 points. Fair play, Darren. You've obviously started very well. Couple of teams up there. Yeah, fair play. Right, touch on these differential choices. I'd had a few when I chose mine, and then I'll get a little bit confused, thinking, has Crystal Palace not got a cup game? But yeah, anyway, we're just the differential choices we made on Twitter this week. Started the differential league between us all, which is Tony, me, James, Ben, Fergie, who's with us once a month, champion from last year. And the community picks this year are done through Connor, who does our blog. So he does a poll. He puts 2 players out there, and we're doing it for the month. So this one runs till the end of August, and then the next choice will go up before the games come back next month. So the choices were the community chose Calvert-Lewin, which was a decent choice, 13 points this week. Fergie chose Danny Ings after he sobered up. 8 points for him. I chose Zaha. All right, no laughing. I don't know why. I went really differential. I don't know why. I had third choice as well. And then when I seen the next 2 picks, I was just like, pissing hell, what have I done? What am I doing here? Anyway, James, I got 0 points. James, you chose Antonio, yet to play, as we're speaking now. But my pick wasn't too bad, was it, Ben?
Your pick's better than mine, mate. Hey, by the way, I picked last because I am last year's champion.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I didn't touch on that, did I? There was no prize last year, though, was it?
No.
This year we're going to give away a T-shirt. But yeah, Wilson got -1 for Ben. Still a cup game to come, so and obviously the league game next week. So that are the points as it is. So yeah, I'll get a differential table up on the website, and we will update it every week on the pod. See how we're going. Right, let's touch on the overall ownerships. Obviously, first week of doing this because all the figures are in now. So, Ben, do you want to have a run through the overall ownership and any big surprises on there?
Yeah. Top of the pops, Bruno Fernandes, 65%. In second,
you're breaking into song again, aren't you?
In second, Mo Salah, 64%. Luke Shaw, I think a few people have been watching the Euros, got him in, 42%.
Yeah.
Already 0.2 million down. Probably go down again, won't he? Because he didn't get a clean sheet. Jack Grealish, 37.9%. Trent Alexander-Arnold, 35.4%. That's going to go up again, isn't it?
Maybe at 5 million, won't it? Friday.
Yeah, definitely. Romelu Lukaku, 34%. 6.5 million. Do you want him? Can you afford him? Hope you've left some funds.
Yeah.
Harry Maguire, slabhead, 32%.
Going down again.
Yeah. Jadon Sancho, on the bench again, 30%.
He'll be going down again, won't he?
Yeah, because he come on, made a cameo, so probably 0.1 again.
Yeah.
Ruben Diaz.
Diaz.
29%. He got an assist, didn't he? And a clean sheet. So should get a rise. Up. Van Dijk, 29%. Should get another rise. Harry Kane back in the Spurs team, coming off the bench for a little cameo. Might play on Thursday, but you can't bring him in because he's been match tied now. Unless you have him already. You're
yellow card, didn't he? He's going to go down in price on Thursday.
-1 if you don't play in the Europa Conference.
Yeah.
So he'll go down, which is good. Mason Mount, Tony's son.
Yeah.
27%.
Love you, Mason.
He got an assist. Heung-min Son, 27%. Ederson, 24%. The GOAT, Jamie Vardy, 22%. Playing tomorrow.
Yeah.
Raheem Sterling, 21%. Goal off the bench. John Stones, AWOL, 17%. So don't know where he is. Sadio Mane, 17%. Alisson, 16.4%. And he's going to go up again.
Yeah.
And Kevin De Bruyne, AWOL as well, 15%. he went down 2.2 million as well.
That's it. It's cheap that for Kev De Bruyne, isn't it? 5.8.
Yeah. Hope she didn't make the transfer on Friday and lost the 0.2. Sorry, on Thursday.
Now. Well, he's not on the most transferred in. Go on, James. You have a run through the most transferred in.
So at the top we have Paul Pogba with 47,000 people transferring him in.
That's amazing.
Lukaku in second place, 33,000 people getting on him early.
Yeah.
Bit surprised at number 3, Alonso, 32,000 people bringing him in. I thought Chilwell would start this week, but
I did, yeah.
as we were talking about earlier, that's a bit of a surprise. He's done well though. In fourth, we've got Fernandes. There's some, believe it or not, there were some people out there that didn't own him. 31,000 people brought him in.
Burnt as well.
And I blame every one of them 31,367 people for his shoddy performance and -1.
They've jinxed him.
Just saying.
We've got Salah in fifth place. 20,000 people brought him in. Why didn't you have him already? Would be my question.
They've jinxed Salah, Son, and Bruno.
Yeah.
Just below Salah, we've got Son. 18,000 brought him in this week. Then we've got Van Dijk with 13,000. Bit of a surprise on the next two. We've got Ben Rama, 12,000 brought him in, as they did with Pereira. I can kind of understand the Pereira one. Ben Rama, I'm not so sure about, although I suppose he's got a cup game, but you're going to have to get rid of him next month. No, of course
West Ham are not in the cup.
I did that last week, didn't I? But you cut it out. You're going to cut that out to me. Am I going to suffer the embarrassment?
Hey, and Tony brought Ben Rama in.
It's about time I leave it in.
Hey, Tony.
I think that's the third time.
Yes, third week in a row.
You're just adamant West Ham are not playing in Europe. You're not having it, Hammers.
I don't know. I just can't get it in my head. Yes, Ben Rama, good pick, playing in Europe. 12,000 brought him in. 11,000 brought Greenwood in. 10,000 brought Richarlison in. Matip got 10,000 new owners. Alexander-Arnold got 8,500 new owners. Lucas Moura, 7,000. Timikas, nearly 7,000. Jota, nearly 7,000. Pulisic, did he play this week?
Sick,
no.
no.
He did, did he? Sick, yeah. That's a bummer, isn't it, for those new owners? Alisson, 5,000. Vardy, 5,000. And now this one's not playing in Europe. Sarr.
Yeah.
But he is quite cheap at 2.8 million, although I
double game week.
Him in myself.
Yeah. a lot of that is jumping on price rises, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Just getting the 0.3s. Like I say, the cheap players, they fly up, don't they? By 0.3 with a good performance. Right, transfers out. That's my domain. Top of the list there, Kane, 40,000 transfers out, which, it makes sense. Get rid of him. I'm surprised, and obviously he was a bit punty, weren't he? I think I had him in one team. I didn't push it further than that. I took him out today and put Lukaku in. Sancho next on the list, straight out. Not giving him a chance.
Knee-jerky. It's a knee-jerky one, isn't it?
He'll probably play next week.
Well, sorry?
He'll probably start next week because of the bad result.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's it. It's been introduced slowly, and I think he'll start. 18,500 got him out. Cavani, 15,000 have thrown him out.
He'll start next week.
Yeah, probably. Stones, the invisible man. He might start. Chilwell, 15,000 out as well. Again, he's obviously, he likes Alonso at the minute. And Alonso, watching him today, can he be dropped? He played well again today. I can't see it. So, yeah, Chilwell's on a bit of a downer. Shaw, 13,000. I wish I'd have got rid of him today as well.
Me too.
Yeah. Saka and Havertz both 11,000 transfers out. Maddison 10,000 out. Pepe 10,000 out. Ben White, who was, I think he's got an injury, hasn't he?
No, COVID.
He picked up an injury or sick.
COVID.
Yeah. So that's, I think he misses next week as well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's what you spend 50 million on someone and you can't even get him in your side. Mahrez, 9,000 angry owners.
Oh. Yeah.
And Sterling.
De Bruyne, nearly 8,000 transfers out. Sterling, Mane, that's another 8,000 angry owners.
Oh.
Strange one for taking Mane out.
Obviously, probably thought his price would drop, didn't they? And he didn't.
No, he held because he got a 3, didn't he?
Yeah.
Just about. Obviously, so if we go off that, Mane 5.5 million, a 3 might be enough to hold your price, maybe. Barnes 8,000 transfers out. Martinez goalkeeper. Again, it's people just reacting. Game week 1, this has happened. Martinez has conceded 3, so that's it. He's not getting any clean sheets. The crap goalkeeper now. But yeah, they got some good fixtures, Villa, and clean sheet straight off the bat, second game. So he'll go back up in price. And Aubameyang, who made a cameo today off the bench, nearly 7,000 transfers out. I think that's surprising on there for you, lads.
A few knee jerks on there, aren't there? As we said as we went through.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at some of those. You can see why people have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Right, lads. So I think we've covered everything there. So we'll be back next week. Through the week, we will be updating our fantasy football rankings across all formats. We'll be updating the Fancy Mini League, the Sky Mini League, the Dream Team Mini League, and the FPL Mini League. All the cash mini leagues we've done. All the top 10 will be out on Twitter for everyone to have a bit of a shout out, a bit of a nosy at who's doing well. Get to the website where all our blogs are on there. We've got James and Connor doing the Dream Team blogs. We've got Reem doing an FPL blog. Reese and Steve both doing Sky Fantasy Football blogs, and Mike does a good fan team blog. Get across there. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We appreciate all the listeners. And yeah, we hope we're helping. And here's to another good game week next week. So, cheerio, guys.
See ya. Cheers.